Oh, how can you be so happy when there are millions starving? How can you enjoy your food when other people don't have any? Well, hell, if I starved, it wouldn't help them. It would just be another starving person in the world. Wouldn't solve a damn thing. Excuse me, saints. You do not help to cheer people up by being sad. Even in the Old Testament, we are told, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And it is important that every day of your life you feel and practice the joy of the Lord. Away with sadness, away with the blues, away with unhappiness. As a matter of fact, medical authorities now tell us that perhaps the greatest illness in the whole world that causes other illnesses is depression. It is unhealthy to be depressed. It is unhealthy to be sad. It is unhealthy to be unhappy. Remember that. The sad self-identity must die that you might live and experience the joy of the Lord. The hateful self must die that you might live in love. And here again, there are those people who hang on to their hatred with all their might. And I know some of you are saying, oh, but Reverend, I don't hate anybody. I don't have any hatred. Maybe not, but some of you are hanging on to hatred. You know, I told you about that in that sermon, Forgive and Forget. And hatred is just as bad as hatred. They both will do you in. You must die to hatred and to hatred that you might live the abundant life. So if you're still hurting over something that somebody did to you, you'd better get that cleared out of your mind, that you might experience the love of God. Some of you may have had some bad experiences with people, and you're full of fear, so that you're like David was at one point, where he expressed himself and he said, I said in my haste, all men are liars. And there's too much of that attitude sometimes. People will say, hey, nobody's no good. And if you feel that way, that nobody's no good, it's because you're no good. Here again, I quote Reverend Ike's celebrated lecture, I meet no one but me. And I'll tell you, it is a danger signal when you get to the point that you actually feel that nobody's any good. You are in trouble. But yet there are people who are totally bitter like that. Nobody's any good. Everybody's dishonest. Everybody's out to get you. Well, that's why they get you. So why complain? You see, so many times people think and speak these things on themselves, and when they happen, they wonder why. And honestly, if you have that kind of unloving attitude and belief in your heart that nobody's any good, you are really in trouble.